Hello, Nahida is out. And with that, Nahida guides. And we are back with some more terrible, awful, disgusting, sacrilegious Nahida guides. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, this one is from a Titan, IGN. I'm pretty sure you heard of them. If not, if you don't know them specifically, I'm sure you came across an article once in your lifetime. They're pretty big, or at least I think they are. But here they have Genshin Nahida Build Guide. Best talents, weapons, artifacts, and teams. Now before we get into it, I like to say that their guide as a whole is actually not too bad. In Nahida guides in general, it's pretty hard to mess up. Nahida is very flexible. She has a lot of good stuff. So it must be impossible to mess it up, right? Well, you are wrong. Very wrong. I still don't know how they do it. Looking for advice on the best Genshin Impact Nahida build? Upcoming 5-star Dendro Catalyst character Nahida, otherwise known as Lesser Lord Kusanali, is already one of the most beloved characters in the game, owing to her part in the Archon story quest storyline so far. True. I think she's the best Archon so far. Not upcoming, she's out already. This article was made before. Maybe they had access to a media server. I don't know. Okay, never mind. Scratched all that I said. It says, based on what we know about Nahida pre-release, we expect Nahida to be suited to a sub-DPS role. Alright, let's jump right into the main meat, the essence of this guide. Best Nahida team composition. Nahida is a Dendro character that focused around making elemental reactions. Her elemental mastery should be high, which means that you want characters that can interact with the Dendro element. True. Naturally, her best teams will be teams that utilize Bloom, Hyper Bloom, Burgeon, Quicken, Aggravate, and Spread-based compositions. Burning is not recommended. Very true. Burning is a meme. Okay, here we go. Simple team composition that can take advantage of this setup would be Nahida, Dino, Kazuha, Dori. This is a basic team composition that focuses on quicken reactions, with Nahida providing Dendro application for Sino to wreak havoc with electro attacks and aggravate reactions. Kazuha is here for grouping, while Dori is a battery for generating energy for teams, and a healer that can be replaced by any other support character that can interact with Dendro reaction. Okay. It's cool how they say that Dori can be replaced by any other support character that interacts with Dendro reactions. But why would you put Dori? You could put Kuki. She's better than Dori. Oh my goodness. No. Just no. Just put Kuki in there if you want to heal her. Or you could place Kazuha with Jean and then do better electro support like maybe Fischl. Sure, you lose damage, but it's better than Dori. You lose that Kazuha buff, but it's better than Dori. Like, why Dori? And it gets even worse. Sino can be replaced with Raiden, Shogun, or Kachun. You don't play Raiden in a Quicken comp. Raiden doesn't scale with EM. She's better in Raiden Hyper. I hate to say it, but Rational? Well, anybody's good in National. But you know what I mean, right? Eula teams? Kaching is fine. Kaching is great in Quicken comps. Like, don't get me wrong, especially with Fischl. This team, like, sure, they don't say it's the best team. It's not a simple team composition. Imagine you playing Sino, right? He gets staggered pretty easily, even though he has resistance. Any normal player, including me, because I have Sino, I've played with him, without Zhongli, they're gonna have a really rough time. Maybe I'm just really bad at the game, but it ain't simple. It's not simple. Like, sure, Sino, hyper carry, you can stay on field for a very long time, but you don't have a shield, really. In my experience, you might have a rough time. But yeah, this team composition section is awful. But their saving grace is the Bloom teams, right? Alternatively, Nahida might be desirable for Bloom teams. An example might be Nahida, Nilo, Holy, Dendro Traveler, or Hydra character, Barbara, or Kokomi. Sure, yeah, they can work, right? Xingqiu would be good if he is like on field. She can also be good in a Hyper Bloom team. And I think she's better in a Hyper Bloom team than a Bloom team. You can run, I hate to say it, but EM Raiden. But yeah, at least mention Hyper Bloom, because I think that's her best team. I think that's where she shines. Best Genshin Nahida weapons. I'll say this before we go through it. Nahida's weapons are really flexible, just like her team comps. You can slap on any weapon you think that's good and it'll more than likely be fine. Right, this section is pretty, yeah, it's easy. I agree with it. All these weapons can be good. Though it does depend on on-field or off-field. Sac Frag's on-field, not too great. Off-field, it's good. Mappa Mirror, On field, it's amazing or good, and off field, not so much, right? It all depends, but slap on anything and it'll work out. Best Genshin Nahida artifacts: Gilded Dreams and Deepwood Memories. Yes. For main stats, you can go for Elemental Mastery Sands, Elemental Mastery or Dendro Damage Bonus Goblin, Elemental Mastery or Crit Circle, depending on your critical hit / damage ratio. True. I mean, just make sure you don't go over 1000 EM because you get pretty much nothing out of it after. Yeah, you could go EM or damage crit, your preference. Nahida needs between 130 and 160 ER. Yeah, ER requirements are a bit tricky because it depends on your team, how you play, right? If you're super giga optimal or you're just playing because you're playing and you don't really care about every microsecond and devoting your whole life to the game only to be met in return with terrible gacha luck and getting a chi every 50-50. But anyway, ER, just go with how much you need. Overall, besides the team composition, is actually not too bad, but the team composition section is terrible solely for the fact that they recommend Dory. I'ma say, Dory, no. But to be fair, Nahida is super flexible. She has many team comps. But then again, if you're making a guide, you really need to include everything about the character. Sure, it might be more work, but you are deciding to make a guide. So you gotta make sure it's accurate. And definitely don't recommend Dory. You can say you can also play Dory, but she's not as good as these other characters. But if you like the character, you can play her. But don't just outright recommend her and make people think that she's best. Or they don't say she's best, but they're definitely implying it by putting her in their first team. That's a no-no. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Subscribe, and see you later.